Hello and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a teardown of the K90 Max, and this is because the front plate kept on falling off. So what I'm showing you here is I've already taken off the camera. I've already taken the obstacle avoidance also. That's what I'm showing you. I took it off the top. Just kind of squeeze it and pull the two wires. There's only two screws holding the camera. That was pretty simple. But the whole reason for this teardown was, as you can see, that plate is falling off. They used double-sided tape to hold it on, and that just didn't it didn't last. It just fell off. So I'm hoping that it's a factory screw up and that actually it's supposed to be inserted into the frame and not just stuck on with some tape on the front. But I'm going to use an electric screwdriver, and speeds are going to be up and down in this. Some are going to be slow, some are going to be fast. And that's just to make it more convenient for you guys. Now, taking off these arms, the outer screws were more robust. They were a little larger to hold the arms, for the folding arms. The body screws were basically, they were all the same. I didn't really see any big difference in them. But the actual screws that hold the folding arms, they were thicker. So be aware of that. Them 4 screws are going to be different than the rest. But otherwise it was pretty straightforward of just taking all the screws out. And everything's done from the bottom. You don't have to flip it over or anything at all. All the screws are right there. It was pretty simple to take apart. Yep, the arms just fall out, but it's no big deal, because the circuit board is basically made, you know, the right corner's the right corner, left corner's left corner, rear right, rear left, so you shouldn't make a mistake putting your arms back on. Now, what I did unplug was the top frame. It was plugged into the circuit board. That time, I'm showing actually the antenna, I'm sorry. But at that time, when I unplugged that, I didn't know what I was unplugging, so I took the magnifier to look and see if there was a label where the connector was. And lo and behold, I found out that there was GPS stamped on it. So that was nice to find. So now I know where the GPS was. It was in the upper frame, in the rear end of that model, or the drone, excuse me. And they basically put some plastic black tape. Well, it's a plastic more than a black tape. Very sticky. But that's what I unplugged from the main board. I'm going to check out the GPS. I want to see what's inside and what it actually looks like. And that's what's going on here. Pulling off that sticky tape. It was plastic, but it was adhesive on the whole thing. Yep, there she is. I didn't really find any markings, but what I did find is you could see me trying to push that plug in, and it was not fully plugged in. And I did have issues with this. So hopefully that was a fix. Now we're going to start tearing into her. Let's see if we can find anything else. I didn't see any markings at that point. No, just a plain Jane circuit board. No markings, nothing to say what kind, so it's not like I could look it up somewhere and buy a new one. Time to put it back together, enough of that. Now I put it on the boxes because it seemed to be a lot easier to put them arms when I had it flat on the table, the arms would just pop off, so I needed them to kind of float, so I found whatever I could find to kind of like make a platform for it. It seemed to work rather well. Now, putting the motors back in, what I'm showing you is the wires have to go down certain paths. If they don't go down the path, you will not be able to fold the arms, and when you go to put the top of the body on, it's not going to go on correctly. So you got to make sure they get in them channels where they're supposed to be, so take a good look. And I was still having an issue with the front piece, which this whole thing is all about. Then guess what? Even after super glue and trying it in there, trying to fit it in there, it still did not go in. As you can see, I'm going to try to put that top on with the front piece, and it isn't going to work. Just to say that I did it. I could have edited this out, but I didn't. No, it would not fit. I had to take it all apart again. I tried everything. Nope, don't work. That's what this was all about. But still, I got to see what was inside, and I think I fixed the problem that I was having with it, so it's kind of good. Yeah, now I'm just putting in the frame, top frame, and so this is about the end of the video. I'm putting it down. Again, remember the 4 big screws on them folding arms. Now I'm going to put the camera back on. There's 2 plugs for the camera. One to run the motor, because the camera goes up and down. One for the camera. This. Put these 2 screws in. That's a pretty simple tear down. And there you go. It's back in order. Let's put a battery in. Oh, you could see, yeah, I super glued it. I'll put a battery in it. Spoke too soon. There we go. Push the button and off we go. Hey, remember to subscribe, guys, huh? That's what keeps these channels going. Now give me a like if you enjoyed the video.